Chiao, baby, I will be set wabmia play now by BT and Ababe video. Your friend me na napoku na channel way needing police. That's an abbreviation. Police. First of all, I'd like to say, this is a maiden video, and obviously we've got other videos on this channel, but we a maiden video I very reacted to or before Fronso video. And then no video na I very reacted to no KOFI TV channel. It's in KOFI TV channel. Open so share the full video, the entire video. Now we do not take any credit for this video. Name on we use in some na obi no the woman kind any idea in fatomo. Eti that was a set was so UTA and I said when me a share. Onipa ebe di ne ho nkomo ene ne ye frɛ no cheddar. Na cheddar ni di anksansa ye Kwame Asare Bediako. I think so, yeah. Kwame Asare Bediako na it's an aspirant to be a person or be a president in Ghana. Now I've been following for some time now. I'm in because Semeka Nkrumah as in some worker in the campaign as for nanam or radio to TV to some worker na me feel say emebunu no ente ase yi and I say comment section one Martin say na ente ase ni ho as in some worker no ebi mu person beti ase it emami but then me so me try in some worker na me feel say it makes sense doable na sometimes in some be worker no mo feel say ade bi ebi o shebo bi say bia o force your potential mebu na Ghana for your potential and also actually say ye nyu obi obe na cha kakra betima fa yentu apefra because o mind ye da ho a nipa na e okro nim no kroma no ene wo so wo show mo den o titi o mo yie na o mutimi eden ebe ye amamba pa na o mutimi edi emraso no omusan ye innovative said ometimi de abo akru sa na kru peja kru empeja kwa emfa ho ne gudie wo kru nim anase mineral resources I wo kru nim se nipa na wo kru nim no se omadwen mu enkwa anim enkwa akire a ometimi aye bibia mo ho a menyi ni se kru ni betimi aye etino and ohwega na bakosema political parties are all in Ghana for we believe in them, we've been following them, we voted for them for all these years, but Niama isi omo kwan so mbeye adwuma ene niama omo achieve between those two political parties no to say zero. I mean they are not pulling their weight. Mwa youth no said there was some boy youth no and as a crony at large. So infrastructure nye school education nye ayaresabia ho niama nyina enye. It before say Ghana and baby yedu no youth no instead of say dey ani bebre be gidi no yem tre omo so and then say obi epijanity ne efo say obetimi aboyan a ye be support no. Etino said I make a video be mehu and I'm a person metie minimum na eti na me share my dream na me share. Basically I just want to react to this video. Etino tina samame ne enko.
That was
the example.
That was yeah video me person me share say free penny 4 hour no mobile. Ene mea me nua be ma kofi se mfa se da mana na hene ma me
So the medica the video way a interview be the man called Cheddar no okoye but this interview no the full video KOFI channel so KOFI TV so it is all person will share the full year because I'm not going to show the entire video me show baby I me pick me pointer baby I me pick a point I me be reacting na me show it in bear with me
what to anamo aba ama be hwehwe me na ade ba ko bia na me read in Bible mu ana me fese oba bia na eso ye virgin a ko wo akra bi eto ndwan bo mu owo ne to wi no na nipa e bai se omo de achede ebre no ba nipa nko dwan bo mu e dwan ne ko ti nipa ne ko ho na wo ko hwehwe sa wo nipa kro no e bia na obi e free se e Jesus nti na omo ko pa ma hu ni sa ni hu ni se nipa na omo ko ho no e se omo hu bibi Jesus no krara.
Yeah, there's one thing about this guy, or you're very, very deep. Most of the interviews are mashing. Okasa, although questions are spontaneous questions, but Okasa, I said, adia question I bisa na wada dream wa wape answer, and or they or recite answer no, but or you're very deep in his thoughts, and I know, sir. As interview we be query, you know, you one kasa ocean, ube say the guy is very deep and is knowledgeable. He's a breath of fresh air. Or political landscape in Ghana. He's trying to make an analogy about the birth of Christ. So now, person say, Emra Yawu Jesus no. The three wise men, no more who star now, they follow the star to come and pay homage to Jesus, no. And you say baby keke in a normal barbershop. Name no, as they were coming, no. I say they were coming because they knew the potential, the Jesus barber. Eti ubetima kase omo buy some barbershop Jesus any near more barber. And you say baby keke ni awu baby because around that time. And you Jesus and Kwana near one brain. Around that time, now there were lots of babies. And I will cry, I won't boom into you know. But idea Jesus baby, and they knew they had a vision about it. And into the mom where then a mom interest with mom call a question. And also there's one thing I want to point out. In Ghana, I didn't know say me on Hene. Because from the introduction, when he was giving thanks, and I noticed that he mentioned that the lady there, the lady that for me, and I thought that she was a queen mother, because social dressing out himself or a royal, you know, someone from a royal family, and I said, or yeah, somebody or your him, Sarah me huno, but or address lady nas or hene, and I know so hene your bema, it's you know comment section on in Chichimbi will be family because. I thought say you can't ohene your bearman quantity me ohene e Ghana amongst all the tribes. I did not know say oba to me ohene. And that's something that I didn't know until no. Obi were any idea bit my mehu.
No for no nya hu ye. Enu nti e no mo ko. Timpe se me bisa na omoda wasma me se sa enda me feel say. Say meto anamo na ohene ne mpanyufo se omoto anamo ho afrigo mu se omoba na omaba ba hwehwe me na oma shebe crying ntie no na eme first am.
Okay, yeah, initially now I thought the lady the guy went to the Queen Mother's palace and to go and maybe do his campaign and pay homage to the Queen Mother, but it looks like the Queen Mother and her entourage went to his house to, you know, pay homage to him. And that is why he is saying, say, Akwe se Emra Jesus, Yawo no. Nipetichu, i.e. the three wise men, came to him, Emra no da main janin. And that is how he feels now. He feels humbled and he feels that anyone and nipetichu ababesra ni say abanifie, so it can only be say almost so they can see and omutimi hu say omutimi hu adom na ewo ni mu na opese ode ba ebe boama Ghana nyina ye no. Akwa say the lady, the queen mother can sense that. Eno na etu naba. To say there are 3 wise men, you 2 omo call Jesus, or whilst Jesus was lying in a manger as a baby.
Say, nyina mbebo ane adana se amama me.
Aside ni ho.
Nda wase. Ne tosu mienu. Wo kasa na me hu say no ma bia wo kan da wakoma so. Na sano manu so a ne da nyina ya koma so. Se e mind ye yinsi na yetete. Se otete wo man a na otete ni pa wo ma. Eno na e man form me. Obi gina ha obeka se yesi, wasi. E man yinsi. Lucy yinsi.
Yeah, and you know, so the queen mother said something, say, no, before Kwame Ebekasano, he mentioned, said, in the lady's speech, the queen mother's speech, you know, she pointed out a few things that she thinks, something that she wished that it could, like a societal problem, she wished it wasn't there, i.e., a bit more solve it. And those ones, you know, may born tougher. I'm just summarizing it for you guys because my video knew from the beginning. She mentioned about youth unemployment and stuff like that, and she specifically mentioned where she's from, which is Gomwa Amfu, and that is where she's a king there. It's in a honor of boy, and yeah, and to fast forward to now, the guy Kwame is about to answer, so Baba make you promise, so then you obia enim tie.
Because no man nipa hia na doso nti nipa ba ko ntimi nye ti ese sa otete ne kakra otete man na noa ede ayet sekenta ayenwene na obehu ane se abaye podo ama nipa timi fra ama nipa timi hye ti enoa na mitu anamo ba me fi se nya me ankasa me pe na me ditu anamo na emom yesoma na asoma me na wohwe man na yetimu na obo Kwame Nkrumah din nti me pese me de Kwame Nkrumah be not example but be the case study our asema ye kan se will be
Ade ba ko a eya na me de when I listen to this young guy is the fact that he respects Kwame Nkrumah, and you know, and for me, you know, it makes me respect him and it makes me trust him because Sebi will be a African be any one of my onim Kwame Nkrumah on respect to Kwame Nkrumah, but sometimes they do be a yana because of politics and you know politics is a man for and for respect Kwame Nkrumah, a person like Kwame Nkrumah or deserve it. And so whenever he speaks and he tries to, you know, give respect to Kwame Nkrumah, it's like he tries to emulate Kwame Nkrumah. That gives me hope, you know, because what Kwame Nkrumah stood for, something that most of the presidents that we've had, and I say most of the presidents across the continents, they don't stand for those things. And even if they do, Nukrana, their actions don't show that much. You know, I stand corrected. But as from where I sit, most of the presidents that we've had in Africa, Bebrinano, you know, I say they are just occupying the position. Or more position, or more occupy, but they are not leading. Leadership is all about empowering, you know, it's all about making sure that the people there are good. Leadership is making sure that people are, because leadership, unim say in phenomenal biggest resource. Your citizens, your citizens are your biggest resources. You make sure that they are good. So if someone calls themselves a leader, yet the people are suffering, you know, and they don't seem to have any answer to those things, then that person, I'm sorry, shouldn't call themselves a leader. And, you know, Osha said, apart from leaders, you know, like ministries, you know, how they interact with. There's a big disconnection between ministries and the citizens. Say, we have Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Women and Children Affairs. You know, those kind of ministries. You know, you don't see say only active on the street. You know, and that is very, very disheartening, because Krobia, and now we are people of we are very cultured. So we see ourselves as very cultured. Yet, say bano that that aspect of life now. I could say ye bibia how you do open as adweno. I said there's a big disconnect. It's, you know, yeah, once again I like him and I applaud him for holding Kwame Nkrumah as his mentor, because Kwame Nkrumah is that's the pinnacle of the whole thing. Only the boss of bosses. So if he sees Kwame Nkrumah as a mentor and he respects Kwame Nkrumah, then I respect him.
If we correctly and the mighty ho baby. Now what Timmy boko. Now what the don't be boom. No shall yet to tell roads. No see with schools. See with hospitals. I won't see diamond home. Or you win your man we no cast me to Quayaba. Or Quayano. Na a cruna cassa or tetayano. Or my bopo. I did say Netinina, I'm a one back until so. Se Bibi says here, say, yeah, Se Kwame Nkrumah can send a board, you know. Say no. You bet you and walk it to you. Timid and freeze a Ghana minor. A duabobia by so.
Yeah, he believes that Ghana is under some kind of a spell or curse. I don't know. Ononim said they were home and Orca, and he thinks that it's because we betrayed Kwame Nkrumah. The people betrayed him. We bought into the propaganda, which was fueled by, you know, the oppressors and the colonial masters. We bought into it, and upon all he did for us, the sacrifices he made, the vision he had for us, which was evident. If you look at what he did, you could see that the guy had a vision and he was heading towards the right direction. You know, he should tell you that there were other oppositions during his time. You know, one of the videos that I watched of Kwame Nkrumah, he was so upset because there were conspirators who were, you know, against him, and he in his words he said they were selfish and they were people who were being used by the West, you know, against him. And, you know, around that time, no, Obitimaka said a lot of Ghanaians were involved as well, you know, because so to fear and I said, Obi ba na Obano obe kase bibia obehwe nyansa so behwe said the obe na bebo man na say but in that case, in that particular situation or on that very occasion, you know, their actions ended up, you know, taking Kwame Nkrumah away from the system. And when he was gone, to finally he died, no results in a we see a destabilized country. We see a country, you know, I could say loot and share, but in a very political and what's the word? In a very political way. The people who are in charge now, no, I could say they have one aim, and it's just to enrich themselves and all of that, because, you know, but it's in that is where we are basically. And he's right for stating it. Say he feels say we are under a curse, because it's true. So be come sacrificing Emma crew be nasa crew no all the sacrifice and nasa omo koso maybe or baby na odi yawa, you know. So onokwa wendi yaw onokwa wan kesi crew no krana kroni bedi nkofo a ebi omunim said ye ruli amemu omunim said ye ruli inti sa nkofo no omuni ye ne ebi ombeye no it will set the country back. So it will set the country back. Cry. It, you know, yeah, I believe him when he says that.
Isenisia yetiti nipa aye nipa ayankra nipa na yesei nipa ti wohwa if it is set time ayenyaa fa hodie no in 1957 intimi nkra nipa biem.
That's true.
That is our curse. Yedu abono no yentimi nkra nipa biem because na Nyankopon yi obi a wabekra man na man ena yankasa ekose no etete no na fiti satam no so yenka ho asem ena yembisa ho bonifache ena yekoso a na ye try na ye ne kotoka ena champon na dini beba enso uhwedi nyina echi a ekoto enkro emane so the ninth born. Nti Ghana needs to be born again. Na se Ghana betimi awo Ghana biema na ekrese first of all no ya accept ya woodism say
yeah, it's true. I mean, people are even when Kufuor, the late Kufuor, the ex-president Kufuor came to power, he did this there was this thing called reconciliation, national reconciliation. You know, I think that it was good, you know, but I don't think that it went as far back as Nkrumah time and those. I think it was centered around the Rawlings era, you know, the coup era, I don't think they went as far back as Nkrumah time. But yeah, we can do something like that, you know, to cover that, you know, and then I know say you're doing Nkrumah, we have this Nkrumah's Day and all of those things. I've heard say it's been changed. Your friend of Founders Day and it's an but I think say bit to me I be sad to make sure say, you know, if indeed something ought to be done about it, then, you know, collectively we can all do that. And I said the party, the CPP party, and so am I a bit too dormant. I don't know why. Meaning say if it's lack of funds and I said lack of members, you know, revolutionary members and it's animal leaders, and I said I don't know, or come I a bit too dormant, you know. Yeah, I think that if it's something that we can do, we should look at doing it, because baby, your mind economy, we can do with a change. We can do with a massive change.
yes yena yaye nti esese ya nso ne yesa akora no na enye law asem ena enye party asem ena enye omo hye political suit nso asem na emomu no ya adwempa akomapa ena masunsumpa yi ne ho timide anamo ametu ye no free say esma me say ya me maya anye ne ye no membra na me me ne ye nti enye kwan pe ena me kase me baba ye beboa Ghana ena enye schools anase hospitals na me ba promise me say me sia mama e beboa Ghana na emomu no ya dwempa bi ni akomapa bi ni sunsumpa bi asese ye sande wo ye ho biem na me yetimi afatene me ne kwan papa bi so a o kina bi no ye ma ye ba be wo omo no omo so etimi anya kwan papa bi so anante.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, we cry to our government, to our leaders, say, oh, you pay roads. You know, we need a basic human and amenities, you know. And sometimes you look at our attitude when it comes to, you know, maintenance, we don't have that spirit in us to, because we've lost all sense of patriotism. Selfishness has become the norm, you know, corruption, everybody, each one of us, you know, we are all guilty, equally guilty for how the country is corrupt. And, you know, most of the people, they will only shout corrupt when they are not in a position to be corrupt. And the moment they get the opportunity to be corrupt, they do not look back. They don't have their conscience automatically disappears and they go ahead and indulge in corruption. And me to the opposite chain I say, you build the roads cry Ghana cry na the toll booth kosi so cry na the ojichi sika no beje gu ni bottom. Okoye hospital cry na nurse no wo ho no the car ne suban ensesa doctor no wo ne suban ensesa afi manage hospital no as a whole no ne suban ensesa. They will take all the money that they get and put it in their pocket for their personal use. Baby adu nipa betu bia no ye kronfo obi apeso obu bia from the makola seller to the person who works in the judiciary system. And it is best say besesa nipa. Ye besesa nipa no suban. And I say ye be very, very strict ama nipa na sesa ni suban. Because I'm a firm believer say when you're in a society whereby the people are natural born bad, or my dream enya, the be a baby anyone my baby, baby anyone my baby ebejina, and on my own so no any papa couldn't boom mine. You collectively. And it is when you have the vast majority working against you, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. I can cite an example, even with Kwame Nkrumah. When he was there, we saw what happened. I mean, I didn't see what happened, but we've read about it. We know what happened. The people were working against him because, i.e., they did not understand the vision, or they just chose not to understand the vision. Some were jealous. Some were jealous, and these things, and so Bibina said, jealous people are around you. It makes it easy for outsiders to infiltrate you, and try and break the system from within. And education. How do we get people to become more, to be patriotic? How do we train people to be more citizens and not spectators? How do we get people to love the country? How do we stop people to be Ghana first and nothing else, especially the youth? Because the youth now, social media, now the youth now, there is no sign of any patriotism because they feel that they've been let down. Obi any opportunity, they want to run away from the country, and you don't blame them. It's because of how the system is, and omu fit Ghana so omu ye it Akwa said, the people are not lazy. The problem is not with the people, but when they are within Ghana, they are not willing to be innovative for some reason. There is no motivation. There is no Akwa said, BBI ding. It's hard for people to even move about and go about their business. But then on the flip side, so to Kwaya, everything is all right. Everything is all right. So there's a big conversation that needs to be had aside politics. People who are traditional politics, they indulge in traditional politics, i.e. me, NPP, me, NDC. And then these people are also a problem, They're also a massive problem because they swear allegiance to their political party rather than the nation. So, and Osha Ghana, yes, it can be a case of but someone from Nigeria will move to Ghana and then then they are doing well. Someone from China or Ghana, then they are doing well. And I think it's all because of how our system here. But when we talk about the system is not some mechanism. The people are the system. So it's I understand him and I side with him there. I said it's not just about building roads. With building road that people will be using the road. You need people to take care of the road. So you can build ultra-modern facilities across the nation. But when you're in Krofo Papa, if they don't have a change of mind, within 2-3 years max, boom, baby, I go back to baby, said the net here. It's so far so good. It's making sense.
Kwano and the intimate cry. Intimoto a cry, see a cry, a tutu. Because as I say, a crack quino. I am biting me a faso. And you see quino and asking your chassis, no dear. yɛdi ja yɛdi ne hwɛ mu yɛafom no ɛna still kra no ɛman mpanyinfoɔ bi still kra no sɛ yɛnhu nea wayɛ me deɛ free.
Yeah, I think so. He's referring to the how do you call it? One of the, I think it's MPP flag bearer, no, the vice. When they had that, things that they went for a rally or something like that, and he mentioned, I think he was comparing Nkrumah's regime to the current MPP government. And I think I don't know, I mean, when he say political talk, or know himself, he himself knows that, he's lying. When he say, ultimately, past government, so be able to know how to talk Nkrumah government, he knows that. But he just said that. He looks like a very controversial person, someone who thrives on, they can't say saying controversial stuff, so they a bit spread, a bit catch attention, and all. That's I could be wrong, and some of them will be a more fan chemi, but that's how I see him to be, and I am you kind of saying, I have the right to my opinion. That is how I see, because MPP and NDC will combine over 30 or so years, with my compare with Nkrumah years Odiu as a Ghana president. I think that he was trolling. He was just trolling.
Sieka a mind penifua or maba Ghana na Ghana a da or makumaso and any power more Ghana mu and so a da or akumaso a da or mutri. If this are no Yankopon Yinimaya first. And to say, Auntie me, I am Brazina. That is a better day, I hear to me a ben.
Sure, Nkrumah was the son of Africa. Nkrumah was the son of Africa. He was Nkrumah was a freedom fighter. A big and yet a money nam Ghana na ye multi political party na mudi dimuna. You fight your way to the top. You're just basically who is your opposition? Nkrumah's opposition was the monarch, British, the British Empire, and then the opposition. That's, come on. Nkrumah was David. He was fighting Goliath.
Yes, sir. Omuchen the Crontia, Jesus say, I am the only way to the Father. It's because of Patrice. So when you clean to say no, and you be funny mu. Because so on no the mo jeje wo dia. And you will be funny mu answer. Now won't mean fun and chain.
Debbie.
So ko. Ti sa so na sese hu say ya ntimi andwene Nkrumah ndwene ni bi. Ama ya nka say ye hu. Ene ye man, ene ye doma. Enkoso de Emma. See.
Yep, it is true. Luckily for us, Nkrumah was for us. Nkrumah was Ghanaian, and the blueprint So I don't see why all these political parties they want to de-associate themselves from Nkrumah and the philosophies and all of that. My major say, are these guys still under some colonial mentality? Do they still possess this colonial mentality, or they are the new colonial leaders for us? I don't know. But if you have someone like Nkrumah, who over the years, most of them, like the current president, he was old enough to see Nkrumah. So, and he was close to Nkrumah because of the parents. So you can tell, sir, he's had the chance to know the man for who he is, and the books also are available. Although some of the books were bad from the public's eye. It wasn't in the public domain. And and also idea before say we need to look into it, how we can get all these books back circulating in our universities and all of that, because it's best for people, Ghanaian students, young students, to study about Nkrumah than anybody else, being it in Ghana or outside Ghana. It's yeah, so far it's making sense.
It's a mentality. Yentimi answer yadwini near the personality, the nationality. Na me na me free ha, me free juso, me free bomso, me entiano so de okoi. It's not about your nationality. It does not bring food to the table, and it does not wipe the problems away. It's not about your personality. You must be a hinem, you must be a business people, you must be a pie about a
You know what? 100%. What this guy is saying, I think that Nana Akufo-Addo went to some summit or something like that in the United States, and he said exactly the same thing. If you meet a Chinese person outside China, being whether he's poor or they are rich, you give them that respect, because the China itself as a sovereign, is doing good. If you meet someone from America, it could be homeless people and Abibisa. If you meet them outside America, the fact that he is from America and indeed they are American, man maximum respect. Ushro cry so being Bibiana be challenging, whether they are in America or not. In the same regard, if you see someone from Africa, they could be a prince, could be a politician. Now, and you're recently the politicians need to go one basimu a transportium like kind of students on an exchange program. It doesn't matter so long as you are associated with the continent or Ghana, with the African continent or Ghana. It doesn't matter who you are. And this thing, beyond just Africa. You could be an American, but you tuntuma, you who are outside America, unless you prove, maybe I will kasa, you say, oh okay, when you're African, and then they will start giving you respect. And sometimes there may be someone who say, so if all these are presidents and our leaders, when they travel outside Ghana and they are still seen as, they are still treated like that, how do they feel? How do they feel? Because when you first, when you respect, be disrespectful. Be disrespectful. So, Argentina, your leaders, as a inform, say be disrespectful. So he's right. Yet again, all the points he's saying, he's a very soft-spoken person from what I thought he was, because I was going by the pictures, and the pictures, like I said, he dresses good. He's got an eye for good stuff. He's already driving all the expensive vehicles you can think of. He's got mansions, and he likes his Louis Vuitton and stuff like that. But that's his personal life. But this side of him, I didn't know he had this side of him. And perhaps that's what people are using to judge him. But I think what we need to understand is it's about time, because we've seen people they look like they were hungry. They look like they were very, very skinny. They were going through life. They were struggling. And through politics, when they had the opportunity to help, they became like, they grew fatter, like a cow, a cattle are here fattening for market. So where the so we can just listen to what he's saying and not judge him too much, because we have a perception whereby we think they are they are meek, and we feel like we can trust them. But over the times, through our politicians, we've seen that that's not the case. Obama, they look very, they look like they are humble, but they are not. I say wolves in sheep clothing. Okay, yeah, to us.
Because in CMI, in Crawford, so here, and no one to me naturally yet. Oh, we are some and tea. A bone as I say, if you are said the mine, in New York, tis yet traha. Na the crew near the Risia Gongoa. Medium face and fasoni so, but a moment. See it, Mrs. Sayad Jenny. Na a mabuno mobano so a who Senesia a dream pa here. Because I dream pa and a belly deal do a cop, baby crow.
Yeah, and said me kind of I dream panel. I don't know here. All we need is to change our mindset, renew our mind, and think Ghana first. Ghana first, just like how any Americans, Bobia is thinking about their nation first, and even Honumpono, they believe that the people have stopped thinking about America, so they want to make sure so the people go back to believe in that American first, American agenda, American first. So I can say we should do the same, and I say or suggest the same. I don't see anything wrong in that.
Who and a more na drum bonny would trimmer. Undru. You na crano, or Casa Munim to swoon. Naemia. They no cranty or kind, and money could do baby as a soko. In Chadrin Pano and one no. I dream pebia so on fast walk. Now I dream bonibia so and walk to ya. In Tigana, I dream bonny. Na minya baby and castle way, could see so better. Awa nkasa to anama wo be ka kire me ena ama me ebi sa asem we so sinisi a mabi no nti ade ba ko a esese ya no na mani so ade de o kan mi ankasa no na me mpesa meka a kire Ghana for, because it's one thing to say, another thing to do.
Very clever man indeed. Your business there are TB from all these politicians over the years. Lots of them have promised a lot, but I said Ghana near no ebi mono we are NDC flag bearer and an MPP flag bearer. You don't really have to do much, because you don't even have to say much, because I said you already have your fan base. We're up and coming artists. It's Kasa or person gaining your trust. All these other political parties, almost more core fan base, almost more core supporters, such as a base, foundation has been laid for decades, and these people, being it, they will vote for. So for someone like this, or as an up and coming artist, you need to also bush shows baby. Also kasa you freestyle baby before people take you serious, and that they will consider you as you can't say a mainstream artist, so to speak. But no assembly or can be no. Na ya twena no akosi bone. Akweso kasa people don't believe say doable. But Johanna Dubai, Asare. And what we've got, Dubai don't have half of it. They can only boast of oil, but we have lots of things. But I say, and it brings back to my point, say, it doesn't matter what you have. It's not about what you can give. So, I dream a wood stream. I dream any BBR. So, with a positive mindset, can-do spirit, coming together, and we can achieve anything that we want to achieve. We need to put hope into the youth. You know, businesses, obi could be a business, or say money straightforward. Na otimi could be na or start a business, or see it me buano as a community, baby will be a timi buano support no na ejina because ejina obe employ obi. Nipa mi unimi and sabi, and don't say unemployment rates so yeah. Yanto aso.
Na nika no enye den se ne ye. Na omo so omo nim ye no so. Omo mpa ne kan bebre. Omo pe kwan ye de ye. Ti Ghana de no solution bi ebetimi aboa o man no. Betra borders ne kura akoboa Africa.
I'm interested to know what solution is got. Because obi okaso solution be to help Ghana and even Africa no. If an asem and me hope is I wish him well. Anyway, I think that we've had enough. We've heard enough. This is Cheddar. People know him as Kwame Asare Bediako. And like I said, he's someone who's been around for some time now. And me personally, you know, I knew him as an influencer, but you know, a very rich person, worthy person, someone who's trying to, you know, make name for himself and acquire enough wealth for himself and his family. And due to social media, most of his actions and most of the things that he does is out there in the public domain. People see what he's got, his houses, he shows them. And yet, you know, he said he wants to run for president. Why not? Why not? But then, you know, this has given me personally, the opportunity for me to see the other side of him. Because people will only show what they want you to see. People will only show you the side of them that they want you to see. So there's like another side of him that I did not know. And so far, I can tell you for a fact that he's heading in the right direction. And he's convincing me to believe that he knows what he's saying. He's not a gimmick. He's not just here because he's rich and he doesn't know what to use his money for. So he's trying his luck. I think that, you know, the fact that he reverenced Kwame Nkrumah and he respects Kwame Nkrumah, it's like Kwame Nkrumah is his mentor. Well, Kwame Nkrumah's ideology is what he's following. It gives me the hope and the conviction that he's on the right path. And if he's given the chance, he might do something. Yeah, so even if he doesn't win, you know, his influence and his message will hopefully touch a few of the youths, and then by so doing, you know, that will spark a revolution, and which will then give him a better chance in the subsequent election. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is the first time I'm reacting to any video, so bear with me. Kindly subscribe to this channel. Love you lots. God bless us all. God bless Ghana. Everyone is welcome to follow this channel. All your comments are welcome. Subscribe. Please do subscribe and support this channel to grow. Thank you very much. See ya.